Let's do it.
Hey, everybody, this is Larry. This is day 22 of the Leetcode Day Challenge. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, join me in Discord. Let me know what you think about today's problem. Yeah. And today we have a hard problem. I just came back from a 12-mile run. I did take a little bit of a break because, I need a little bit of a break. So we'll see. Yeah. I was going to say some spiel, but I think one thing that I want to change my thing a little bit is that I mentioned a little bit in passing in the last minute of yesterday's video because I don't know it was just so sudden, like that that I just didn't really process it. Just to be clear, I'm much older. So and I don't play chess. I don't know if that's surprising, but there is a lot of just people who there's a lot of overlap in the chess and competitive programming community. There are a lot of smart people just in general, right? And I know enough chess to do chess competitive programming problems, but I have no really interest to play just because I don't know. I've never gotten into it when I was young, and it's just I don't know. I just never got into it, and now it just seems like it's not a good use of my time to get good at something or not good at that, right? Like I'm running and etc. Anyway, it's not a big deal. But yeah, with very sadness though that Daniel passed away. I mean, if you're in the chess world, he's just like 29, which is just so young, and it's very sad. Yeah, I think there are a lot of people that couldn't do that talk more justice. So I don't want I just want to bring it up, but not as a focus for me. Like I always thought he was very like as it's kind of like what I'm trying to do with these channels, right? Maybe not quite, and maybe it does a better job, etc. But in a way, and I even though I said that I don't play chess, I actually watch chess for the drama. Not gonna lie, but just because it's like interesting, it's like watching any other sports, really, right? Like you could watch soccer or football without actively playing. So but yeah, I guess my point is that as someone who also has lost someone very close to me in the past, I just want to say life is tough sometimes. We all have this like I feel like there are a lot of people focuses on the grind and stuff like that, and it's nice and all these things, but that's a privilege, right? Like when I'm like it's kind of one of the things that I think about that makes it honestly for me a little bit tough to train on a marathon is that a lot of people a lot not a lot, I don't know, a good amount of people, I don't know if it's a lot, but I feel like a lot of my friends or people I know or people whom I talk to they think the marathon is this like great hard thing to do, right? And and maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but for me um that is part of the struggle, is that it is not like it's interesting, it's something to it's something that I want to see if I push myself, etc., and get better, but it's also a privilege, right? Like in a sense that like it doesn't matter whether I do it or not, right? Like in a way, I mean, obviously I'm doing a little bit for the health, but you probably don't need to run like a really fast marathon to be in good health, right? There are a lot of ways to get good health, and so and my point there is more that it's okay to step back once in a while. We have all this like hustle culture and grind set culture or whatever. I don't know. I'm a little bit old. I don't know all the fancy vernacular of the youths, and except for that I talk like that, so I don't know. But yeah. So I think my point is that like sometimes when you find yourself struggling, whether it's in Leetcode, in training, whatever, it's okay to step back. You have to take the longer view and figure out, and yeah, maybe at the end of the day and end of the whatever, figure out what is it that you really want. and what really matters to you. And if you find yourself struggling, it's okay to take a pause, talk to people, talk to professionals if you can, and see where it leads you, right? Anyway, I don't know. Maybe that was a little bit directionless, but it definitely, the news really did break my heart and make me. I mean, like, to me, it doesn't. It's not a. Like by all accounts, like he's a good person. I just don't have that kind of connection with him as just because I don't watch. Like I'm not trying to learn chess, but it's still like just 29 is just so young, and it makes you also like try to appreciate the days that you have. What are you doing? With your days, and there's some days that I'm just like, man, what did I do today? My apartment. I'm looking at my apartment, and my apartment's a mess just because I'm just so tired all the time. But there's still stuff I can do to keep it clean, right? Like actually, I do this thing. This is really a tangent now, so my apologies. I mean, I don't know, but I try to do this thing where every time I move, because my garbage can is actually like right here. I don't know, to the left, and I only have I don't have a separate garbage can in the bath or in the living room or bedroom because I don't know, just didn't feel necessary. I guess I don't know. But anytime I'm like moving between rooms, I pick up something and I like tidy it a little bit. Doesn't have to be I don't have to clean up the entire room, just one thing at a time, right? And it's kind of the same way, right? With a marathon, right? Marathon, 26 miles sounds ridiculous. I don't even actually. Let me check real quick. Okay. My computer is actually a little bit. Am I stepping on something or something? Why is it? Huh. Actually, I don't know why my computer is running so slowly. But in any case, what I was. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not that important. Huh. Like today I went 12 miles and that took just somewhere in this data. I have a lot of data on myself. I'm just trying to find the number of steps to make a point, but I am taking a lot of time instead. Yeah, so today I went 12 miles. I took about 18,000 steps, right? So maybe you just say 36,000. I mean, I know it's a little bit more, or for the marathon, right? 36,000 steps for a marathon. And if you tell someone that maybe and they're not prepared for it, you'll be like, man, you just get blank stares. But like everything else in life, you do it one step at a time, right? And maybe instead of thinking, and this is the way that I actually attack the marathon and even my training, really, right? Like today, I have 12 miles. I would say something like, just focus on getting the first mile done, and then getting the second mile done, and then the third mile. It's only 3 miles. I could do 3 miles anytime, right? And then next thing you know, I'm like, oh, well, there's only 9 miles left. I'm 25% of the way done. It's easy, right? So we could keep going. Right? So you could keep going with that kind of idea, and at the end of the day, suddenly you ran 26 miles and everything is Gucci, right? So yeah, you just have to do things one step at a time, but yeah. Anyway, it's a little bit of a tangent. The news kind of just I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem, right? Apologies for the delay. Hopefully, let me know in the comments if let me know in the comments about all this news and stuff like that, or maybe just tell me you don't follow chess. Excuse me. Or something like that. I don't know. Alright. Jeez. Anyway, let's take a look at today's problem. We have 3347. Maximum frequency of an element after performing operations 2. You're given an integer array nums to 2 integer k in operations. perform. Okay, this is the same thing as yesterday so far, right? So what is the difference? Difference is that, well, 10 to the 9 doesn't mean anything, right? Or am I no? I'm confused. What is the difference between this one and yesterday? Is it just that the number range is bigger? Oh, I guess yesterday we did the hard one by accident then, right? I guess, I mean, I don't know. Because yesterday, I suppose if you think about it in that way, okay, I see. I mean, if you want, it's kind of a weird thing, right? Because this is yesterday's, right? I guess the answer, and this is yesterday's thing. So watch yesterday's, no. Well, I wanted to say watch yesterday's video for today's answer, but I don't think that was a good video because I feel because I misread it. But so I'm just gonna YOLO test this and submit just to make sure because I don't do anything with num_sub I, right? So yeah. So basically, I guess we accidentally solved yesterday's problem today, unless this times out or something. But it shouldn't because it's log n as we talked about yesterday. I don't know why it's taking forever to load. I think maybe that's my computer though, more than Leetcode. Even though I always like to complain and blame on Leetcode. But at some point, maybe not. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. So I guess yesterday we did accidentally solve it the hard way. I mean, it was only like, well, I mean, I took a while because I misread the problem. If you watched yesterday's video, you'll notice. But there's only like 10 lines of code, so I don't know what to say. I guess instead, I mean, this is today's code, right? And I don't know, maybe just watch yesterday's. But the idea here is, now I drew stuff and it's, I don't know. I don't want to basically re-talk about what we did yesterday, right? Like we do yesterday, right? What I'm going to do with the rest of the, one is that just, watch yesterday's video, maybe skip ahead a little bit. There's a point in which I was like, oh, I'm misreading this problem. So go to that part and then I think I explained it a little bit better. But I guess what I'm going to do is solve yesterday's problem. I know this may be a little bit weird, but I'm going to solve yesterday's problem. I guess the way that they may be intended, which is abusing the fact that num_sub I and k is 10 to the 5th. And the idea is just using a prefix array, right? Because basically, I don't know, maybe not. I mean, you could do it with a prefix array. Basically, instead of having like a collection thing. Actually, I mean, I guess what I want to say is instead of this binary search, you just kind of have like a difference array. I don't know. My apologies. Today's video is a mess. I don't really like I want to do this. So that's all I'm going to have for this one. Is log n. Watch yesterday's video because I don't know. It's 3 a.m. here in New York and I am beat and I don't really have yeah, I just didn't expect it. I don't know. Sorry, friends. Thanks for watching. Stay good. Stay healthy to good mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye-bye.